All right, everyone, we are back from Florida and it's time to get back on this guy. So we have got to now build these parts that go from here to here. We're gonna take a run out to the mailbox because we got some, all the stuff came in yesterday afternoon. We gotta go grab the V-bands for this section here. And then we're gonna start mocking this section up, and we'll probably tack all of this right on the car, just so we can make sure that we get the utmost fitment and everything is perfect. So we're gonna go ahead and do that now, and I'll bring you guys back as soon as we got a little bit more progress made. Alrighty, let's see if we can get you guys an in-camera or in-helmet view of this. I don't know how the audio is gonna do. I don't even know how the camera's gonna do. Unfortunately, I got this bright ass red light blinking in my eyeballs at this point, but let's see what we can do. Alright, let's try this again. It never fails. The second I start welding, somebody bounding on the door. Did I do both sides? Yeah, I did. Treat. Alright. So I'm hoping you guys can see this. I'm hoping you guys can hear it. I don't know either way, but I guess we'll find out when I go to edit this, right? Alright, so on these flange welds, I'm at full pedal, about 65 amps or so, feeding rod in, moving along pretty nicely, keeping about a, I don't know, 1/16 of an inch, 32nd of an inch of torch height, trying not to let the torch angle get out of control, and we'll just keep spinning this and going around in this circle. Try not to undercut that flange too much. And I put that little weight there that you guys can see, that little copper weight. It helps with grounding, and the funny thing about flanges like this is they do tend to warp a little bit under heat. So I keep them on a nice flat table, but the electricity passing through it, because the table is the ground, actually makes the part dance around on the table, and gets a little annoying trying to chase it around. So I usually just put a nice copper block on it to hold it down. Man, this red light blinking in my eyeball is quite interesting, so hope you guys enjoy this. But you can kind of get an idea of how long it actually takes to even just weld out a flange. This will probably be, 5 or 10 minutes of welding just to get this flange done. And this would be a whole lot easier if we had a positioner. So if any of you guys out there have a connect with a positioner company, I would love to send my name to them and say, hey, this guy's a really kick-ass welder. He could really use one of your positioners, so why don't you send him one? That would be spectacular, because these welds go a whole lot faster and look a whole lot better when you do them on a positioner. And of course, I always struggle with my stop starts, especially on flanges. So having a positioner in this instance is huge, so that I don't keep causing problems with my stop starts. I usually tend to hang out a little bit too long, and it causes me to either extend my puddle to where I don't want it to be, or not get enough penetration in that particular zone. So I have to be super careful with my stop starts, but a positioner would solve all those weird, wacky little issues that I have. We're almost done. Feel like a doctor. We're almost done, son. You can stop screaming. Alrighty. There we go. There is your flange weld. It's technically a fillet weld. It just so happens that we're doing it on a nice little flange here. Now what I'll do is I'll grab the other half of the V-band, lay it down this way, pop that on there, and we'll let it cool sitting on that, and it'll straighten itself right back out. Now some people clamp these or have a fixture to where they can clamp these down. I don't currently have a fixture for that. I will make one eventually where it's just a flat piece of steel with the flange welded to it, but unless it's about a ½ inch thick, it still warps with heat. So the way that I've been doing them for years now is just kind of freehand on the flat table. This is a nice heat sink. It keeps a lot of the heat out of the bottom of the flange, and you guys can probably see that there really is maybe 2 or 3 thou of warpage, which on a slotted V-band like this one is not going to be a big deal. So there it is. Alright guys, so I haven't been filming a whole lot. I hope you enjoyed that in helmet footage. I think it was kind of cool. I'm going to try to enhance just a little bit so you can see the arc a little bit better. The GoPro Hero Session is just not a great camera, and it has a hard time focusing on the quick light changes from the helmet, but let me show you what we got done so far. Alright, so obviously we got, you know, our flange over here, gasket to the existing downpipe. We made our nice little Y piece. We're gonna clean all this stuff up, guys. Don't worry, we're gonna clean it all up before we final weld everything. Got our hangers tacked in place. We got our under pieces for underneath the diff in place. All that stuff is tacked in. We still have to do a final weld here, a final weld here, here, and a few other places. But we got these chunks made, which actually have the V-bands on them and come from underneath the axle here, or underneath the rear cross member, and come out and then back up. And then this is what the last and final piece is going to look like. Now this section here is going to be where we'll be able to put in a muffler or a resonator or anything else that Mike wants if this thing gets too loud. So I purposely made a nice straight section right here so that we can pop in a resonator, or we could even put a small bullet resonator back here and a muffler here. It all depends on what he wants to do, but I made sure that I left 2 short straight pieces so that we can do resonator muffler, or small muffler resonator, or nothing, or whatever. And then it comes out to these big 4-inch pie cut tips, which I think actually look pretty good. We got some cardboard in there right now just to kind of mock them up, but you see how nice those actually protrude from the bumper. They're civil. They're civil. They're not straight freaking Japanese yeehaw, but they are civil. So this is what the entire exhaust system looks like as of right now. Not too bad, not too bad. And we are now going to make that piece and get all that stuff set. We know where this piece needs to be. We're going to tack that in place Then we'll make this section, we'll tack that in place, and then we'll take everything down, we'll final weld it, we'll put it back up, we'll put a hanger over here, a hanger over here, we'll finalize those hangers, and then we'll be good. And yeah, so trying to get this thing done. The reason we're trying to get it done is Mike and Jimmy are actually on their way back up from Florida now, and I would like to have this thing all set and ready to go so that when Mike gets back here with Jimmy, he doesn't have to go all the way back to Mass and then come all the way back down to grab the car. He can just literally grab the car tomorrow and drive it home, and then yell at me for how loud the exhaust is. But we're gonna get the other piece fabbed up. We got it sitting on the bench over here, and as soon as we get that one done, we get it on the car, bring you guys back, and maybe, just maybe, we'll be able to start this thing up tonight and hear what it sounds like. All right, guys, so I didn't film a whole lot more of the process because I was just trying to get it done. That's usually how it goes. Mike should be here within the hour. So we got this thing all finish welded. It goes all the way out. And then we got our 2 tailpipes. So everything's been finish welded. All the hangers are on and reinforced. Everything looks incredible. So we've got all of our hangers are welded on the tailpipes. We got our hangers to the factory location on the actual main pipe. So we will have no shortage of hangers, which is awesome. But what got me and sent me for a little bit of a loop is the hanger right here, this guy, is actually in an ever so slightly different position than this guy. It doesn't look like it, but it's literally like a ½ an inch. So it made me have to move the location of the 2 hangers down there, which one sits lower than the other one, so it's kind of like but as far as symmetry goes, it's pretty good, with the exception of that one hanger being a ½ an inch lower than the other one. But it looks great. So here it is on the floor. We're gonna wait for it to cool off and then put it up in the car and get everything all set, get the tips all set, and fire it up, see what it sounds like. All right, everybody, there it is, back on the car. Looking pretty good. And it's tough in video to see actually how this thing is shaped, but one of the things that I don't know that you can see real well is this area here. This section was actually difficult because it comes down, it goes across, it turns this way, and then it comes up to the rest of the exhaust system. So we had quite a few pie cuts in this one, but I think it came out absolutely amazing. So let's make with the startup video, because I know that's what everybody wants to see. Now's the time. We're gonna start this thing. So I'm gonna stick you guys down on the floor and let you hear what this puppy sounds like. Let's get you a little bit of angle here. There we go. Well, that's kind of cool. Coming out of both sides. It's definitely loud. Really hope he likes it, because I really don't want to have to do more like mufflers and resonators and stuff, but I will, because I like Mike. So I can't wait till he gets here and listens to this thing. Well, guys, the shop is empty. No more SOARER, and we're sad because that's an awesome car. But we got it done. I really hope that you guys enjoyed the little series that we did on this car. If you haven't already, go check out Mike's channel, Divine Media, and he's got a full video of actually driving the car and his thoughts on the exhaust and everything else. But this was a cool build. I love when I get a chance to be artistically free on a car like this and actually have the customer really super enjoy it, because one of the things that we love doing here is being different. You know, we like to do the above and beyond stuff, but we don't like to go so crazy that, you know, it's a ridiculous art piece that one person in 1,000 actually likes. You know, I mean, could have very easily done that entire exhaust in pie cuts, and that would have been absolutely ridiculous and looked incredible, but it's in excess. It's way overboard. So just doing the bends and pie cuts makes everything look amazing. And yeah, it's loud. It's really loud. It sounds really amazing, and Mike is super happy with it, but it is really loud. And now it sounds like a proper 1J. I mean, you know, you hear the thing coming, you'd think it was an automatic Supra, which would make sense because they're pretty much the same engines. But yeah, so he's got some more plans for the car, so you may see it down here again, you might not see it down here again. It all depends on what he decides to do with it and how he decides to go with it. So today is Saturday. We are going to probably clean the shop up a little bit. My outlet for my welder quit, so I got to figure out what the deal is with that. We got to do some work on the heater. We got to just do some tidying up, because we were away for 4 days last weekend during Adam's open house. We were down there with Mike, actually, which is kind of funny. And we came back and just had to finish up Mike's car and get a whole bunch of other stuff done. So now it's time to just clean the shop up, get situated. I think we have a Subaru coming in with another titanium exhaust from the guys who make the titanium exhaust systems that always break. Can't remember the name of it off the top of my head right now, but yeah, so we got to fix that. We got to fix a downpipe, and I think we have a few other odds and ends that we got to take care of today. So we're gonna get on that. We'll have some more videos for you guys soon. I'm sorry I'm babbling, I'm tired, but yeah, so we'll talk to you on the next one. Thanks for watching, guys. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and I will see you all in the next one. Have a great day.